For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Nice to see you. It's the beginning of November 2020. It's just moving along. Got a lot of exciting things happening this month. We're going to hear about many of those today, but let's begin the show with a friend by the name of Deb Johnson from St. Clair County Community Mental Health, with a big smile on her face all of the time. Here she is. Hi, Deb.
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great,
Good.
We're into November. The trees were just gorgeous as they faded and turned and fell. And fortunately, as you know, I now don't have that responsibility of a lawn anymore. I'm into a condo. So
I know,
can
lucky
look at
you.
everybody else doing the work, and I didn't have to do it.
And the weather's been amazing.
Yes, absolutely amazing. We had a great Halloween, great celebrations with lots of friendly folks.
A lot of things to be grateful for, and November is a month for thinking about and giving gratitude and appreciating people. Thanksgiving, of course.
Yep.
It's time to give thanks, and so that wasn't really what I was going to talk about today, but it was such a great segue into that topic that always we need to be grateful for the things that we have, and especially during this whole time of COVID, there's been so many things that we're not happy about, that we have to think about the things that are good in our lives, and there's so much to be grateful for. So remember that, but it's also National Family Caregiver Month this month. It's Alzheimer Awareness Month, Great American Smokeout's coming up, and No Shave November.
Well,
so I can talk about the National Caregiver Month first if you'd like.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. This year, there's an estimated almost 45 million Americans age 18 and over that are caring for individuals with disabilities or some condition that they need to take care of. And nearly 9 million of those people are taking care of folks that have a mental illness. And one of the things that's really important is that 4 out of the 10 caregivers say that they don't have time to take care of their own physical health, their own health, because they're spending so much time usually working full time, caring for a parent or spouse or child, things like that it's difficult to take care of their own physical needs. And it's so important that people practice good self-care. We talk about self-care a lot, and we are always trying to promote it, for the community, especially during COVID, for our staff. And self-care is really, kind of looking at what you do to take care of yourself, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, physically. So people should think about those things. And you can even Google, there's tons of things. If you Google tips for self-care, little things like taking a walk, taking 15 minutes to just decompress at the end of the day. There's just a lot of things you can do for yourself. And we have a lot of great resources on our Facebook. And also, as I mentioned, Google, I say Siri knows everything or Google knows everything. I can't believe some of the questions you can ask and get an answer. But anyways, a lot of that stuff is legit. So they do have a lot of good resources on self-care. So also, caring for people is kind of an important or a good segue into the next topic, which is Alzheimer Awareness Month. Right now, they're saying that every 66 seconds in the U.S., somebody develops Alzheimer's.
That's
in 1983, there were less than 2 million Americans with Alzheimer's, but now in 2020, there's almost 6 million people that have Alzheimer's. That's a huge increase. By 2050, disease. They're estimating the number of people with Alzheimer's could rise as high as 16 million. 1 in 3 seniors die with Alzheimer's or some other dementia. And 35% of caregivers for people with Alzheimer's or other dementia report that their health has gotten worse due to the care responsibilities. And that's what we've just been talking about, the need for the caregiver to take care of themselves, practice self-care, do what they need to do to take care of themselves.
Right. Yeah, it's such a sad disease, Alzheimer's, and it takes a toll, as you said, on the caregiver as well as the patient. It's just
Yep.
amazing. Just
It really does. And so it's really important that we think about that, not just this month, but every month.
Right.
And then the next thing we have coming up is the Great American Smokeout. That is held the third Thursday in November every year. And this year, that is November 19th. So at Community Mental Health, you can come in any day that week and pick up a quit kit. You can't say that fast.
Right.
A quit kit. You can get that any day that week of, I think it's the 6th, starting November 16th.
What's inside the kit?
What's in the kit?
Yeah.
Well, come get one and find out if you need
I'll
one.
do that.
I don't know exactly everything that'll be in there, but there will be, I'm sure, some kind of probably like suckers, some kind of chewing gum, things that would help a person quit, tips on how you quit. There's a hotline number with the state that you can call. There's things like that. So I'm sure that that's all going to be in there, and some of the other types of things that resources you can get to help you quit.
It's a real
We used to give out turkey sandwiches to encourage you to quit cold turkey, but with COVID, we're probably not doing that.
Well, I experienced a cold turkey. I had some major surgery about 30 years ago, and I was a 1-pack-a-day smoker, more when you were having fun with your friends. But I had the opportunity not to be able to do anything. I mean, it was a medical thing, and I survived, but I couldn't do anything for about 2 months, so it was great. And I had an opportunity to quit, and that was cold turkey. And I'm just so happy that I did. And you feel so much better when you do.
I know, and I am also a former smoker, so I quit a lot of times before I was successful, and and you never know when you're going to start again. Hopefully, I don't ever.
Right.
But yeah, it's
not easy. It's not easy.
It's a big addiction. It's a really strong addiction, and so I certainly don't pass judgment on people, but there's definitely help out there and available. And like they say, don't quit quitting, don't give up, just keep trying. So that, and the other thing that I want to just mention, I guess, for the Great American Smokeout, it's not just cigarette smoking. Like these days now, there's vaping, there's all kinds of other smokeless tobaccos. Different things, and people think they're somehow safer because they don't stink like cigarettes or you don't light them up like a cigarette, but they're as harming, they're damaging, and we're really worried about our youth because so many more kids are vaping than smoked. Even when I was in school, when kids were smoking at younger ages, not as many kids smoked as kids that are vaping now. And there was just a big SPEAK, which is the coalition through the health department. They just did a vaping summit, targeted for school-age kids, trying to get them to stop and understand that it is dangerous for your health and can cause all kinds of problems. So hopefully, if you don't vape, don't start. And if you do, stop. The longer you do those kinds of things, the harder it is. And then that takes us into No Shave November. And I heard one of the hospitals was talking about November's Men's Health Month, and there is a discrepancy there. Like some things say that June is Men's Health Month, and that's the month we promote. But November is No Shave November, which is actually started because for a father who died of colon cancer, and his kids just wanted to raise awareness about his death and also raise money for cancer research. So that's how the No Shave November thing came about I think it was about 12 or 13 years ago. And the idea is I think it's primarily men, but obviously women could stop shaving their legs during this time. And the money that you would spend on shaving products, you would use that money and donate it to like American Cancer Society or, whatever organization you wanted to that does either cancer research or help support people who have cancer, things like that. So definitely, we are always wanting to promote good health for everybody, not just men, women, all of us. Men tend to not get checked as often as they should. They're a little less apt to go for the regular physicals than women, I think. But why? I don't know. Do you know why, Paul?
No, I don't know why, but I know that didn't your husband Jim do the beard stuff?
Yes, he does it every year, and I tell him that I talk about him when I'm on your show or Paul Miller and say by the end of November he looks like Santa Claus.
Does he?
if somebody needs a Santa Claus, he's your man.
We'll find him a job. You know, there's a number of needs for some good Santa Clauses. So
that would work out nicely. The other thing I'd like to mention, if I could, a couple things. We, every year our community service coordinating body selects somebody to win a the collaboration award. Or last year was Amy Smith. It's been different people in past years. This year, we selected Justin Westmiller, who's the director of our emergency management office, and also Annette Mercantant, Dr. Annette Mercantant, public health director, because Justin and Annette have worked tirelessly through this COVID pandemic and worked very hard and well to keep the community informed, have worked very collaboratively with our organization, with lots of organizations throughout the community, the hospitals, et cetera. And I think that we're really lucky that we have such a coordinated effort related to the COVID situation. And so we are honoring Justin and Dr. Mercantant on November 18th.
Well deserved. Well deserved award for those two. They've really worked hard. They were there from the very first minute of it, and they're still on duty every day. So
they are, and services or whatever, their roles have increased again. They do like a weekly podcast, so you can catch it on Emergency Management Facebook or the Health Department. I believe it's on their Facebook. Sometimes it's on ours if one of our staff catch it quick enough to put it there. But they do that, and now there's weekly calls again that they both are on and coordinating, so that we all know what's going on and just up to date on whatever info we need related to it, whether it's PPE, accessing PPE for our staff, things like that.
Okay, very good. Well, you got a busy month in November there, young lady.
We do. Every month is busy here.
Okay. Till next time, that's Deb Johnson with her smiling face and all the wonderful information she's got to share with us from St. Clair County Community Mental Health. We'll be back with George Bukowski and Norma McConnell from the Marine City Old Newsboys in just a second. Well, as I said at the top of the show, it's the beginning of November, and so what happens in the beginning of November is we get the opportunity once a year to see an Irish fellow by the name of George Bukowski. Hello, George. Sure, Bigora, nice to see you.
Yeah, big guy.
Oh, did I have the wrong celebration? The wrong celebration. George, you come along once a year, at least, maybe twice a year, 3 times a year, to talk about an organization called the Marine City Old Newsboys and Ladies.
And girls.
And girls.
Yes.
You don't have any ladies, they're girls. They're younger.
Yeah,
they're
well,
younger.
it's a contention thing. Okay. But, we try to help out all needy kids in our old fire district area around Marine City. And this year is going to be a little bit different. Instead of us going out and interviewing the families,
which you've done forever.
We've done that forever. And with the COVID thing going on, we decided to use the internet a bit. And there's the Port Huron Old Newsboys has got a link. You go in there and fill out a form. They send us the information if it's in our area. So we didn't have to reinvent the wheel.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So it works out pretty well that way, we hope.
Yeah.
And anybody that was helped last year is going to get a letter from us telling them where to go, how to sign up, and that kind of thing. And it should be hopefully going up well, because we're going to be giving out clothing vouchers from the Myers store at 26 Mile Road.
That's a nice idea.
And it can only be used for clothing, and so that's a good thing. Unfortunately, we aren't giving away toys or accepting toys, and not giving away some of our other things that we used to put in the boxes that the kids used to get. And but we've got to make do this year.
One of the things that the volunteers loved doing was getting together in the fire hall at Marine City.
Yes.
And putting all the bags together and putting all the gifts together and doing all that. that's going to be missed.
Yes, because the fire hall, we were told that no more than 10 people can be in the fire hall at a time, and that includes the firemen. So, you know, that curtailed that whole operation. But what's going to end up happening is that once they fill out the form, and we get the form, and when they come to pick up the clothing voucher, we're going to have them come to the Rivertown Event Center. Used to be the old KSC Hall.
Right.
And they're going to pull up and we'll come in one at a time and we'll take care of them and away it goes. And then they've got, they'll be picking those up on December 11th. And then they've got a couple weeks before Christmas and they can do their shopping.
Well, it might work out better. You never know. Things change.
I mean,
we got to ride with the change.
Yep. And plus, all of us are getting older.
No.
There's getting less and less people.
Oh, no. You got that wrong.
Oh,
okay. You got that wrong.
I got to find that
Norma
fountain.
and I are not getting older.
I got to find that fountain you guys are drinking from.
That's right.
But yeah, it should. Hopefully, it'll go well this year.
Okay.
So, but our big thing is coming up, and that's we're still having
Norma's
craft show.
Hat and bailiwick. What have you got coming?
We have the Christmas Sport and Craft Vendor Expo at the Rivertown Event Center in Marine City.
Okay.
We opened it up and made sure that we were going to have it this year, and we are accepting tables right now. People that want to be part of it.
Okay.
We can. I'm not sure the amount, but we can hold probably about 30 to 40 tables. And we will be open. We'll have raffles, and we're going to have 50-50 raffle, as well as probably a bake sale and possibly a cookie bar. We're just kind of figuring that one out. But we also are raffling off a 2020 Can-Am Commander at 4 p.m. that day.
That'll be a biggie.
So
you got that donated, or?
Yeah, we've paid for it, but we have got that paid for, and the rest that's coming.
So how much are tickets for the Commander?
They were $20 a piece.
Well,
we only had 1,000 tickets.
Well, that's a good way to do it. That's a good keep a limited number and a fair price on a really good price.
Yep.
Problem is, we're sold out of tickets.
Yep, I think we're sold out.
Oh, you sold out already?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was tough. Steve McConnell, her husband, president of the old Newsboys, he sold a ton of tickets. He took it to Neiman's in St. Clair. He took it to VG's. He took it all over the place and just selling tickets like crazy.
Yeah.
And we've had some of our members going out selling tickets and everything. Now we're getting any tickets that are left over that haven't been sold. They'll be available.
Okay.
But,
all right. Now the craft show itself, are there limitations on how many people can be in the building and all of that? Or we don't know at this point.
At this point, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure what the last year's went as just a flow. Like, I had a few people come in.
Mm-hmm.
People just keep moving. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be tons of people in at once.
Okay.
And there is going to be food available. We're working on some chili dogs and hot dogs this year, and so we're hopeful that we will keep this thing going.
So that is one of the major fundraisers, and it's on November 21st from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon at the Rivertown
Event Center.
Convention Center, the old KSC. And that's a good one. But people can always write checks. Talk to me about that, George.
Yes, if you write a check to us, it should be addressed to Marine City Old Newsboys.
And where do I send it?
You can send it to the City Hall if you wanted to. It's 303 South Water, or you could even do the Fire Hall, I guess.
Yep.
But most of it goes through the City Hall. This way it's a constant address. But I wanted to tell you, last year it was kind of a low year for us, and we only did 253 kids out of 114 families. So that was one of our low years of the past. Things were going really well. So I don't know how it's going to be this year, but all those people are going to get the letters and letting them know how to sign up and everything. So.
Okay. All right. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
So the key, if I want to put up a table, Who do I contact?
Me.
You? Okay, and how do they do that?
I have a phone number on the flyer. It's 810-420-0411.
So it's 420 0411. That's a nice, easy number, and that's an 810. And if you want to have a table, it's the low price, and just come on in and
and I'll send you a form to fill out, and you send your money back or check back. And
it's not just for crafts. It's also
it's crafts,
for
sports,
sport.
and vendors.
What do you mean by sports?
People like do fishing. People maybe have fishing lures
Charter
or whatever. Yeah.
Anything.
Anything that has to do with sporting.
Okay, very good.
Gun dealers
Yep.
Okay.
can come in, but I don't know what the restrictions are and that kind of stuff.
Right, the laws. Well, we wish you two luck again, and George, you keep smiling. Watch
All I can do.
Thank you both. That's
Thank you.
November the 21st from 10 a.m. till 4 at the Rivertown, I can't get used to saying that.
Event Center.
Event Center, the old KSC in Marine City. Sue Daniels is coming along next, and she's got information about a parade in St. Clair on November the 20th. Get all the details in 1 minute, 1 second. Bye. Well, you'll probably be seeing this sign around the city if you haven't seen it already. The 12th Annual Lighted Santa Parade and Tree Lighting is going to be Friday, November the 20th, downtown St. Clair from 6 o'clock on. Short, nice little parade, and also the big fellow will be arriving, and we're going to hear details on when he's going to be available. He's got some interesting hours because he's got a lot of work up at the North Pole to do this year. And as Sue Daniels is going to tell us, a member of the committee putting this all together.
Yep.
Welcome. Merry Christmas to you.
Same Merry Christmas to you too. It seems a little early, but we can all use a little Christmas right now.
Yes, we can. The parade is, because of COVID and everything else that's going on, is going to be a little more not restricted, but calmer this year maybe. But you've got some good things. Tell me about it.
Yes, we're going to totally line up on Vine Street.
Okay.
And head down and keep it straight because we don't have our volunteers that we normally have. They opted out, and I don't blame them.
Right.
Because of the COVID, and so we've got people that are stepping in to help, and especially the City Hall gang is stepping up to help us. And it will go down Vine Street. It will come on M29, turn on J Street, and then anybody that has to take anyone off the float will go up on 3rd Street and unload. That's the same thing we've always done. But we're kind of, everybody can do what they want, but we would prefer that the floats have the people walking. Make a float, but have your people walk alongside and sing or whatever they want to do. Otherwise, they'd have to do the distancing, wear the masks.
Oh, okay.
And this type of thing.
Yeah, there's some challenges to putting on a parade, isn't there?
It is. It really is. And especially with your audience, with your people who come to watch it, how can we keep them? Well, we can't walk up and down the street and say you've got to stay 6 feet apart,
right,
and please all have your masks. You can't do that. So, Channel 6, Mr. Dingman has kindly worked this out with Mr. Bruce Holiday. And for the first time ever, our parade will be broadcast live.
That is absolutely correct.
It'll be a virtual parade, and so that anyone who had any doubts about coming down and being in a crowd, I don't blame them one bit. They can sit at home in their nice warm house and watch the parade.
Cup of cocoa.
With a cup of cocoa as it happens.
Right, that's wonderful. Yeah, we will go on the air at 6 o'clock on November the 20th, a Friday night, and follow the parade as it starts and comes down through the community, and then as Santa Claus arrives and says hello and gets the key to the city, we'll cover all that. And then what's going to happen? Do you know? He's not going to, because of COVID, he's going to change.
Santa's really busy this year because he has to figure out what he's going to do too.
Right.
So this year, he will get the key to the city. We will light the tree, and then that will be the end of it for the evening.
The extent of the
extent of the coverage. Yeah. Everyone will go home and warm up if they're out and about, and the people who are in the parade.
Right.
We do have the St. Clair High School Marching Band, bless their hearts.
Oh, wonderful.
So they're going to lead Santa into town again this year.
Michael Volz.
Yep, bless his heart. And the kids are going to do it. And
then I understand visitation will be scheduled in the Riverview Plaza.
And this is it right here.
Okay.
For the St. Clair Chamber of Commerce, he's going to come back down from the North Pole for the children on December 12th at 12 o'clock to 3-ish, they say.
Right.
12 to 3. In other words, if you're in line, you won't be turned away.
Right.
So Santa is kind enough to make the trip back down so that the children can talk to him.
Good. And then, so there's no Santa visit scheduled after the parade
no
this
meet
year
and greet
for the
after.
first time, but there certainly is coming back on December the 12th, a Saturday, from noon until 3-ish.
That's correct.
In the plaza itself. So that's great. That's good news.
But we also, with us, we have our reindeer.
Yeah.
Our reindeer are back. Compliments of Cargill Salt. They're sponsoring them again, and they will be back in the courtyard.
Oh, they're going to be in the courtyard.
Yeah,
Good.
in the courtyard, so people can distance themselves around the outside, and the handlers all know the COVID restrictions and everything, but at least the children will get to see the reindeer again. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. Well, and now, do you need more units for the parade?
Yes, we're still taking entries.
Okay.
Yes, if they're interested, and if they have any questions at all, I've had some calls regarding requirements or whatever. They can call me at my home phone, 329-4498. Okay. That is a landline, and there's a machine. If I'm not home, they can leave a message and I will get back with them. And they will be getting a call. Anyone who signs up for the parade will be getting a phone call from me with a complete explanation of where they're to be and what the COVID, what the health department restrictions are, just to go over it with them, and then they can choose to do what they.
As we mentioned in the previous segment with George Bukowski, the COVID thing is certainly difficult for everybody to go through and all the changes, but sometimes it makes it better. You know, the parade, his activities in the Marine City Old Newsboys, they looks like they're going to turn out real positive.
Sure.
So maybe this will be the same for the parade.
Well, this is just it, and maybe a lot of people who have never come down to see the parade will get to see it on television.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about that you were able to work that out.
Oh, it was Mr. Holliday.
Mr. Holliday again.
And if the guys in the control room will just thank him, pat him on the back there as he's in the control room.
We're just very thankful for that. And again, if you still want to put an entry in, the forms are available here at City Hall. They can sign up. They can sign up right here if they want to. And we ask that they do a write-up for Channel 6 so that
we can read, sound intelligent.
Yeah.
If you need Sue, it's 329-4498, 329-4498, and that's, I think we got it covered.
And but there'll be one change in that this year we're just going to give an overall sweepstakes winner.
Okay.
And the best lighted creative unit in the parade will win and get their name on the plaque here in City Hall.
Good.
So that is another change, and I think that's about it. We covered the meet and greet and the route of the parade, and we're excited that we're able to do it. We were kind of hesitant, as were the other communities, and I'm really glad to hear that Marine City is going to have theirs.
Theirs is going to be on December 1st. So.
Right, and we're not sure of Port Huron yet.
Santa's a busy guy.
He gets around. He really covers the Blue Water area, yes.
That's right. That's about it, ladies and gentlemen, for this edition of the pre-Santa edition of the Focus program. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingaman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingaman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.